Hey everyone, I'm outside of City University of London today because in this video I'm going to share with you the 5 mistakes to not repeat when you are going throughout your university journey. Honestly, I can only recall on the mistakes that I made, and if I had gone back I would have done so many things differently. And in this video I'm going to share with you some of the things that I don't want you to repeat so that you can leave university feeling a lot more fulfilled and being a lot more of an accomplished student. As you can see, I'm in a lecture theatre at the moment. So the first mistake I don't want you to make is to not attend your lectures. Lectures are a great way for you to feel immersed in the subject because you're hearing it from a professional who is actually teaching it to you. So this is a great way for you to really just, take notes. I know you would be doing that when you're watching the recorded lectures, but doing it in person when you are watching someone teach you is a different thing. Another thing is that you get the chance to ask the lecturer questions at the end, which is not what you would have the chance to do if you were watching a recording of the lecture. And I remember when I was studying for my exams, there were certain questions that I had in my mind that I wished I could have asked the lecturer. So this is another thing that you would have the opportunity to do. Another thing you have to understand is that you've taken out time to attend the lecture. So you don't want that time to go to waste. It would make you feel accountable to yourself. And you'd have to take out the time to learn during the lecture. If you're at home and you have all the lectures recorded, you're not going to have the same level of discipline as you would if you were actually in a lecture. So that's another point to take away from this. For some people, actually learning in real life from someone rather than watching the recording and actually taking notes, there are some people out there who actually learn that way better. So give yourself the chance by attending the lecture to learn that way. Otherwise you wouldn't have the chance if you're skipping all of your lectures. And finally, if you are someone who does take notes during the lectures, then know that towards the end of the year when you are actually revising for your exams, because you would have gone through all of that content before, you won't have to re-go over it. It's kind of like a refresher for you. So that's another benefit from actually attending the lectures. So what I want you to take away from this point is attend your lectures and try to make the most of it when you are there. So the next mistake I want you to avoid is not starting early enough. Honestly, this is a mistake that so many students make. You need to give yourself time to digest the content properly because there is so much to cover and you're not going to be able to do that in a matter of few weeks. So give yourself time to space out the time that you want to spend on the subjects throughout the year. And this would be good if you have the syllabus because then you'll know exactly what you need to revise on. Another thing is that this gives you a chance to focus on the areas that you are weaker in. So for example, during the exam season, you don't really want to be spending time to go over all of the content. If you have areas that you are stronger in, then you won't need to go over those areas as much. You can just briefly go over them. Whereas if you have areas that you are weaker in, then this will give you a chance to just go over them and try to consolidate that knowledge better. It also prevents cramming during the exam season. Honestly, again, this is a thing that so many students do, and I was guilty of this as well. You let the whole year go and then you're just going to spend the last few weeks before the exam to revise everything. This is just totally the wrong way to go about it. If you did do this prior university for your other exams, then use university as a chance to rewrite all of those mistakes, really. Just try to set good habits right in the beginning that will allow you to revise properly throughout the whole year. Cramming is just never a good option, even as a last option. There really shouldn't be a last option. Everything should be done properly because your brain needs time to process that information and store it as long-term memory, and cramming doesn't allow you to do that. It leads to a lot of late nights and is not really going to help you to remember the stuff when you actually need it during the exam. I've been there. I remember cramming some of my exams, and honestly, when I needed that information at the right time, it just wasn't there and I couldn't compile my answers properly. So if you do find yourself in this position, or you have before, then rewrite it and start off with good habits and give yourself enough time to revise the content. And finally, when you do revise properly throughout the year, you actually don't have to give up as much. Like, you get the chance to continue enjoying your life while you're studying. So for example, if you've picked up any sports during school, or you're doing anything outside of studying when you're at home, for example learning a language, you won't have to stop all that at the exam season because you won't have to worry about cramming it all. So it gives you time to spend on the things that you enjoy, and if you do build good habits, then you can do all of this while you are studying as well. Okay, so mistake number 3 I want you to avoid is not picking up on any sports whatsoever. Honestly, it's such a great way for you to have an enjoyable time at university whilst meeting different people from different backgrounds and whatnot, to just have some fun together. University doesn't have to be a stressful experience, and sports is a great way to unwind and give yourself something else to look forward to in the week. I remember when I was doing volleyball that I would look forward to every Thursday because that's when the session would be, even though it was once a week, but it gives yourself something else to look forward to. And this way it can actually motivate you to do good in your studies as well. So if you haven't considered it already, when you do start university, get into a sport or get into an activity that will allow you to have more fun. As you can see, I'm actually in the library now. So the next mistake I don't want you to make is just not studying with others. I think studying with others is honestly a great way for you to make studying a bit more enjoyable, really. And because it can be a bit boring just spending 3 to 4 hours a day by yourself just doing studying, and having someone else there to do some studying with can make the experience a whole lot enjoyable. And another thing is also that I think there are students out there, of course, who understand the concepts a lot better than you do, and vice versa. So by working together, you'll be able to understand certain topics a lot better, especially ones that you are weak in. And on the flip side, you could also help someone who is maybe struggling with a particular topic that you're good in. So that's also another great way, a reason for studying together with someone else. In the process, you also get to share notes with one another. Maybe you like the way someone has written something up, and it can really, there is no problem sharing it with one another, especially if you happen to be friends working together on a particular project, or just for revision's sake. These things can always help, especially when leading up to exams. Any bit of notes help at that moment, unless you're a workaholic and you really like revising and doing work. But the option is there. Once you've done your revision at university, you won't need to go home and do it again. When you do start and you do get your timetable, start early and really start connecting with other people and start some study sessions together with other people. And again, this will really help you when it does come time to retaining information and bringing all of that stuff out for the exams. But one quick thing I did want to say before I move on to the final point is just you have a lot of help as well throughout the university. Don't be afraid to ask for help. I'm standing outside of a university lecturer's room, but just know that these are areas which you can go to and ask them for help if you are struggling with a particular topic. You have the student centers. If you have any queries regarding anything with your student life, they can be of support to you. You have mental health support as well. So there's so many other things out there for you to succeed at university, not only on the grade side of things, but also if you are looking to build your career on top of that further, and any other thing as well with regards to do with sports or anything like that as well. So what I'm saying is use every bit of help that you can get, because honestly, you're gonna need help, and there is no shame in asking for help with anything that you are struggling on. So take up on those opportunities as well. The last point I wanted to talk about today was try to just enjoy yourself, enjoy your time at university. This is overlooked so much by a lot of students, and myself included. Really, I just did not make the most of my time at university. It was really just going to university, going to the lectures and doing the sessions, and then just leaving. There was nothing else aside that. And honestly, I just think this is just such a bad way of living a university life. They have so many things going on throughout the year, and it's to make the experience a lot more enjoyable for students. So pick up on these. I mentioned before that really by only taking the opportunities that it'll just become a lot more fun. The experience will just be a lot more enjoyable. So really, again, pick up on those things as much as you can. Honestly, join different societies. There's so many that happen throughout the universities, and this will get you a chance again to meet different people. And that way you can give yourself a chance to interact more with people, make some new friends, and also you get a lot of opportunities to improve your interpersonal skills, which honestly, when you get onto working life, those things are so important. So you want to make sure that you don't miss out on and the chance to get to speak to new people whenever you can. And lastly, it's a great time to just make some memories. These times will never come back again, and you will miss it when it's gone. Like every now and then I think back on my time at university and I just wish I'd done things so differently, really. Spend some time with people, make some good memories, and it will also give you a chance to learn more about yourself the more you put yourself out there and indulge in different things. And that's also another important part as well. I think when you finish graduating, however much you've learned about yourself in that time is really important, especially moving on with your life. And these things will carry you very far as well. So there you have it. Those are 5 mistakes that I wish going back to university I never really made. I'm sure there are many others, but these are the ones that I feel are quite important, that again are often overlooked by students. So when you do start university, or even if you're starting school, college, wherever you're going, pick up on the opportunities. I can't say this enough, and use it as a chance to meet new people and give yourself a chance to learn more about yourself. I hope this video has been helpful. If it has, I would appreciate it if you could like it, share it with someone who could benefit from it, and subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts. Are you someone who is about to start university? Are you someone who is currently in university but struggling to speak to new people and join any societies? Leave all your thoughts below. And honestly, I do hope that your university life goes very well. Good luck to you, and I wish you all the best. Take care.